Because I remember when Shoreline took Kalen, Rucci, One Take J, and AZ Chike on tour with them on their big tour. I feel like Shoreline Mafia helped them get their fan bases up across the country.
Woo! Woo! All right, everybody. It's your boy Ma Wan here at Dash Radio on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Man, today we got an LA staple.
Come on.
A man from Long Beach.
Come on.
Big boys artist.
Come
you know
on.
what I mean? Elijah motherfucking Banx. How are you doing?
Banks? Man, I'm good, man. How are you?
Man, I'm doing great, bro.
Yeah.
I'm doing great. You carry such a great energy about you, bro.
Man, I appreciate you.
You're one of the artists that I'm such a fan of just you as a human being. Man, that like even if you were to give us, which you never give us no mid music, if you were to give us something that I didn't fuck with, I still support you, dog.
That's dope.
Because I fuck with you so heavy.
That's dope. I think I heard DJ Khaled say that about an artist that he signed. He was like, man, bro, like every time I ran into this dude, the energy was dope. He was everywhere I was.
Yep.
Like it was just like I had to fuck with him. I was like, man, I want people to fuck with my persons.
That's what made me gravitate towards you is I ran into you all around. So
oh yeah, we outside.
Anybody who's been in the LA music scene over the past, like, I've only been back in this game for like 4 years now. Mm-hmm. You can't escape Elijah Banx.
Come on.
You're gonna meet, like everyone's gonna meet you somewhere. You're gonna
at some point in time.
You're always tapped in.
And I may not remember everybody, and I apologize. I smoke a lot of weed, and I meet a lot of people.
You must meet a lot of people.
A lot of people on a day-to-day basis, on and off the court.
Because you're in the field everywhere. Like, I was so happy to see you at Rolling Loud.
Oh, yeah, man, we had a ball out there.
We had a ball out there.
We was hungry as hell. Hey, Rolling Loud, don't do that to us again, bro. We need a food truck in the back for the artists, bro. Come on, stop.
The artist area cannot be a fucking mile from the food.
It cannot, bro.
Especially with all the weed we're smoking and shit.
Oh, and it was so cold. It was brick.
Oh, my God. But how great was it for us to finally have festivals actually in
LA?
Not in no disrespect to the IE.
No,
but like,
I mean,
I'm not trying to go to
disrespect.
San Bernardino for Rolling Loud LA.
Not at all, because it might as well be Rolling Loud San Bernardino.
Exactly. But it was great to see it in LA. In general, LA to me, we go through, like, every city, every movement goes through waves. Mm-hmm. LA we're really riding a great wave right now.
I feel like we are.
I can sit here and name like everybody from Wally, Bino, Blast, yourself, Blue Bucks, fucking OG,
G Perico,
Rucci, Chike.
Chike, yeah, oh shit, Chike, my guy. Shout out Chike. Yeah.
So I want it from your perspective, Elijah Banx. What is going on in LA right now that there's just such a large quantity of good artists and everyone's really vibing together?
You know, that sun about to come back out, you know what I'm saying? I feel like everything is just, you can feel the energy in the city kind of heating up and everybody's just about to get in their bag. And it's about to be a fun summer, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see what the homies got cracking. Shout out Kalen. Shout out everybody doing their thing. Yeah. Look, Twizzy Twist dropping an album with DJ Drummer. Like, LA's finna be on fire right now.
Our city we're having such a beautiful time. To me, it reminded me of when TDE first came out the gates, and you had Schoolboy, Kendrick, Ab-Soul dropping every year. You had Nipsey dropping. Man, we had
what Drake say? What a time to be alive.
So we had that time, which LA to me just had a renaissance. It was like we hadn't seen that in years. And then to me, we got it again right now. It's like happening in the flesh. And it's so exciting on the radio side to see how many artists, Asia, you know what I mean?
Oh man, Lil Veda, Chef Boy.
Lil Veda's going crazy.
Hey, Lil Veda's going crazy right now.
Low the Great.
Yeah, Low the Great. Look, G5, you feel me? G5 and Chef Boy. They got.
I'm not hip to that. G5 and
G5 and Chef Boy. Chef Boy is doing his thing right now. Shout out to him. Him and Lil Veda is really curating this whole new sound that you're hearing, where, you know, they're taking the samples and speeding them up like ×4, and really making a real ratchet record. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoy listening to all this stuff, and shout out to RJ, you know, real pioneer in the culture and still doing his thing. So he's actually heating up too. I like what I've been hearing.
I love what RJ is doing because he built it brick by brick. RJ didn't take any shortcuts. You know what I mean?
Facts.
At Rolling Loud, I only got to really watch because I was doing like all the stuff backstage. I probably watched like 6 sets. And dead ass, RJ's crowd control and the reaction he had from the crowd was top of the line.
Hey, when I tell you now, look, I was there to witness RJ versus 03 Greedo. I was there. And when I tell you, you could feel when RJ hit that stage, bro, you felt the ground shaking.
Yeah.
The crowd control, like he really does that. That's one of his things that I feel like he's perfected is his showmanship.
Absolutely. Absolute showman.
Down to the T.
And I remember when people were first putting me on RJ03.
Who, me?
And then to see where it is now. So it's just great to see our coast where it is now. And I love to see all of you artists collaborating.
Oh, yeah.
And being happy for each other. Like I read that when Blast went super big, I think off No Love, you reached out to him and thanked him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh.
No, I just
damn,
think
I
that's
forgot
beautiful.
about that.
I just think that's so beautiful.
No, I forgot about that. Yeah, when his first album took off, because that's my boy from back in the, like, you know, we was a part of the same independent label type shit.
TIU, right?
TIU, Turn It Up Music, you feel me? And LA was just in such a turned up state of mind, which I don't mind. But I'm not a turned up dude. I do like the melodic, you know what I'm saying, relationship type of music. So to see him curate a sound that I can do and it blow up, I felt like he opened the door for people like me.
Absolutely. And he definitely opened that door, and I was so fucking happy when Kendrick dropped his last album.
Oh yeah, I knew Blast was gonna be on it. I knew Blast was gonna be on it. I was just so
happy because then it put Blast to me. It put him boom at that next stage.
Chris Brown, he was on Chris Brown's album. He was on Rick Ross's album. He was on Nas's album. Like that's like if you want to look. If you want to have a good song, go get Blast the Elijah Banx on your hook. That's all I got to say.
And here's what's so lit about it to me. You, Blast, Bino, Wally the Sensei, Asia, all of you have a very, and there's more that I forgot, but all of you guys have there's like a common thread of it just feels good. This is music you can ride to.
Yeah.
But you guys don't sound exactly the same. You don't even sound the same at all.
We all sound
all
different.
Sound hella unique.
That's dope.
It's crazy. Like that's one of my favorite things about this West Coast Renaissance. There are like little pockets of these two people sound similar.
Oh yeah.
But the melodic side of things, all of you guys have like your own signature, you know? And I think it's so dope. As a fan, I'm excited to be here in the moment, but you have seen it from the ground up.
Yeah.
You were boys with Kaylin, right? I imagine from
Kaylin was one of our little homies, you feel me, from Nasty Youngs, you feel me, back in Carson. So, you know, I'm super proud of Young K.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Star, real pop star.
Popping his shit.
He manifested that too. Like the first time I met him, I remember he told me, he's like, I feel like a pop artist. He just said, I feel like a pop star. He's like, I don't feel like I have to be a rapper. And you also, really interestingly to me, is you constantly identify yourself as a pop artist.
Yeah, pop R&B, you know what I'm saying?
So what goes behind that? Because like when I listen to Woman Crush Wednesday, when I listen to your records, you be rapping.
Yeah.
Like, my guy raps. You got bars.
It's just like with a little bit of pizzazz style to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really so gutter. It's not so direct.
No, it's not that gutter, but you could easily, if you wanted to,
if I wanted to,
identify as a rapper, and the blogs and everything would say Elijah Banx, the rapper.
Oh.
But you by design, you come out saying I'm a pop artist.
Yeah.
And what goes into that? Like what's your mindset behind that?
Man, big records, big harmonies, you know, nice showmanship, not just going up there and just, you know, rapping into a mic. It's about having a backup dancer. It's like it's creating a whole vibe. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I feel like I grew up off of pop music, bro. Like I grew up off of hip hop. Don't get it twisted. But like I was a NSYNC fan. I was a Backstreet Boy fan.
Bro, there ain't nothing wrong
with
that.
Like I was like Aaron Carter, like all that.
Hey, NSYNC and Backstreet Boys were
NSYNC,
basically
man, shout out
Boys
Justin
to
Timberlake.
Men, copy and paste and change
Justin.
the font to white.
Shout out Justin Timberlake, man. He wasn't the coldest dudes to do that.
No, definitely. But no, I feel you. Like to me, it's foolish to hear pop music and just assume like really upbeat. To me, pop just stands for popular, and I feel like hip hop is the popular genre right now anyway. So
there's a lot of hip hop records that are on the pop charts.
Yeah, a lot of them, and then most of these pop artists now are making hip hop. They're out here flipping hip hop or like doing like Ariana Grande. I thought she was a rapper the last time she dropped.
Hey, Ariana,
with 2
that
Chainz.
68 What is it?
68 plus one or something.
Yeah, that I ain't gonna lie. That record is pretty dope. She did her shit on that.
Yeah. So hip hop has inspired pop so much that I think it's super fair for you to consider yourself a pop artist.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a bar, and I feel like I've read that before, that like pop music was just popular. It was just the popular music.
That's exactly what it is.
That's a bar.
So speaking of popular music, my guy came out with Mr. Banks. That came out what, 2018, 19?
No, 2021.
2021.
2021.
Mr. Banks.
Yes, sir.
My bad.
July
And then he
2021.
dropped Should Have Known.
Should have known
Part 1, 2022. And then you gave us Should Have Known Part 2.
Yeah, I did.
But then you like an angry parent, you took that shit back. You said, no, sir.
What
happened with that?
It's all about timing, you know what I'm saying? And I felt like I gave it, I felt like we rushed it. I'm gonna be honest. I felt like I was on I wanna drop 2 albums within 3 months, blah, blah, blah. Like, music is timeless. So take your time and create the best product that you can. It was the best product, but there's certain things that I feel like we could have did better with the rollout, with the presentation, maybe, even with the visuals that we had already started on. I jump back and forth. Sometimes I'm indecisive, but at the end of the day, I know it's God guiding me to the right decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Mr. Banks was supposed to drop in 2019, 2020, but I felt like it still needed to do some work. I needed to do some work, and I feel like we dropped it at the perfect time.
And I think everything is divine timing.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like things like you putting it out there and then taking it back and letting it marinate a little bit more is good for the art.
Yeah.
Like Lupe, I remember back in the day, Lupe's Food and Liquor's debut album leaked. Like fully leaked.
Lupe Fiasco?
Yeah,
fully leaked. I love
leaked on the web, right?
Lupe Fiasco's fire.
Food and Liquor leaks. He's pissed. Label's pissed. What they ended up doing was taking all the critic reviews, everything the fans were saying online. Lupe went back in the studio and perfected the album and came out with what we heard, which was like the official version. So that was like him putting the album out, getting feedback from his fans in the hip hop blogs, and then saying like, okay. And then he touched it up and put Jay on it and like really tweaked that album to where Food and Liquor is a classic. So I think it was meant to be, even if the fans might not be happy or
yeah, my fans are not happy about it. I ain't gonna lie, I be getting DMs like, yo, bro, you took my favorite song off. I'm like, chill, it's coming back.
So is it gonna come back sounding any differently, or is it just gonna come back rolled out differently?
It's gonna come back sounding just a little different. Just a little different.
What can we expect? Like different features? Or you
we're touching up the production, not different features. I love the features that are on there. Shout out to everybody that was a part of that project, from DeMar Jackson to Kyle Banks to December, K Forrest, everybody I felt like, Raven Justice, last minute edition. I felt like everybody came and complimented what I was the picture I was trying to paint. So we're gonna just do a better rollout. We're gonna come with some visuals. Yeah, I can't wait. And we're still working on the deluxe.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Well, if there's a lot of things in the world change, right? But there's one constant I know, it's Elijah Banx is working.
Come on.
You seem to be working your ass off.
Man, I was working before I got here.
That's amazing.
It's crazy.
And you know what? I don't know if you remember, I told you this at Rolling Loud. When it really turned a leaf and I became just a huge fan of you as a person, I was already a fan of your art, and I was a fan of your hustle. But when I became a real big fan of just you to the core was when you took all those kids to watch Black Panther 2. And I look at things from like a business side, and I'm like, I don't see any like sponsor underwriting all the costs. And then I'm like looking at it, I'm like, this fool really just put his money in. Like,
it was me and my team. Like
money and time. You dedicated a lot. And then you put like being a hip hop artist, anytime you're outside, you're putting yourself a little bit at risk, even if it's not.
Facts.
Anything.
My team was like, yo, bro, we can't be giving out the address to where we going. I said, look, bro, if anybody comes and is on bad timing with these kids, they got to deal with more than me. They got to deal with karma, the Lord, and whatever else we got. You know what I'm saying?
Well, everything went smoothly.
Super smooth.
But what I was so impressed by was that you did it, and you didn't like, a lot of people do that shit for show. You really, I could tell, did it for the kids in the community.
Bro, I think me and my team enjoyed doing that, bro. Like, Shout out to Twizzy. Shout out to Ty Hollywood. Shout out to Monique. Shout out to Lamont Jackson. Everybody that was on my Eddie. Everybody that was on my team that donated or gave their time or their hand. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that because it was a joy to see, bro. I'm a super Marvel head, bro. Like, I don't know about you. You might be a DC guy.
Nah, I'm a diehard Marvel bro.
Fan.
Guardians of Galaxy 3.
I haven't even seen it yet. Don't say anything.
You
yet.
can't tell me you're a Marvel head. I'm already in that bitch.
We've been on the road.
Okay, I feel that.
I haven't had time yet, but I might go see it tonight. After that Boston game.
You're gonna love it. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it.
I can't wait to see Adam Warlock. I've been waiting so long.
You're gonna love it. The James Gunn don't do no wrong. That's all I'm gonna say. Back to the music though, and the kids, and not just with you taking a bunch of kids to Black Panther 2. You constantly seem to put yourself in front of the youth.
Yeah.
And you broke it down to me at Rolling Loud, but we were kind of in a rush with that one. I want you to really break down to me because you put a lot of time and energy and effort into being around the youth, whether it's performing, bringing them to something. And I'm talking like when you took the kids to Black Panther, that was like younger, probably. It looked like it was like
I cut off the age at
school,
12, I think,
right?
or 13.
But then I see you at high schools doing your thing.
Because everybody got to get they Banx
So what
issue.
is it? What is it like? What is your plan, your game plan behind that? What goes into that thought process of like, I'm gonna really put a lot of time, energy, and focus into the youth?
So I had an epiphany one day, bro, and I realized what it meant to me as a kid when I would be at school and Power 106 would pull up with, whoever it was. I can't even remember, but, they'll pull up with whatever rapper and they would perform and take pictures with us. And I'm just being honest, like, I was geeked up about it. You know what I'm saying? So not only that, it's what it means to them, but it's also, I'm a huge fan of YG, right? I've been a fan of YG for the last 13 years.
Okay.
Right? The youth is the future, bro. So sometimes it may be a little bit it's hard for people our age to show full out support because of whatever we have going. We got lives, we got people that be like, oh man, why are you doing this, man? You excuse my language, you dick riding, you feel me, right? But when I was in high school, if you knew about the new artists before everybody else, that was the cool shit. You was up on game.
Absolutely.
You feel me? And I just feel like the appreciation is there.
100%.
And I appreciate them appreciating what we do. Because sometimes, bro, this journey gets a little depressing. Sometimes my anxiety whoops my ass, bro.
Absolutely.
And these kids give me the energy to keep going for however much longer I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that energy lasts for. And I appreciate it, bro.
I love that.
I really do.
I love that. And I think it's genius of you because it dawned on me, my cousin used to roll with A$AP Rocky and them. And
Damn.
He put me on game. Rocky once told him, this is a young man's game. And what he said by that is, he's like, I'm not talking about you as an artist. He said the fans. He said the young fans move the culture. And when we started having a deep convo about how when we were kids, for example, when I was in middle school, if you talk shit on Eminem, I was coming at your neck. Not like, I was from Orange County, so we weren't just like squaring up off site. But I was arguing like a motherfucker. So if you said, I don't like that Eminem song for no reason, a 14-year-old me would sit there and just argue with you. 31-year-old me, I don't give a fuck what you think about any fucking artist.
Facts. I got too much shit
bills.
going.
I just got engaged. I'm thinking about having kids. Thank you. I'm thinking about buying property. So the kids really invest their time and their energy into the artists as well.
Facts.
So I think, to me, it's so genius that you invest so much time and energy into the kids. And you do it in such a fucking charitable way, man.
Oh yeah, man.
You make me embarrassed. So I'm like, man, I didn't take anyone to watch Black Panther. I took my girl, and that was it.
And we're trying to work it out right now. But I'm a very cultured guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm very proud of the fact that of where we come from. It's ran by the black and the browns. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, Little Mermaid's coming out. Same thing I did with Black Panther. I'm doing with Little Mermaid.
Oh, I love that, man.
You feel me? Because maybe the little girls didn't want to go see Black Panther or whatever. Yeah. We got to do something that everybody's gonna like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's a cultural thing because this is the first time a Disney character that's such an iconic Disney character.
It is huge. I don't think people who are ignorant don't understand what that really does for the kids.
Come on, bro.
I remember I met Chuck Dizzle's son. I was with
I
my
love
girl.
Little Chuck.
I love Lil Chuck.
I love Lil
I've only
Chuck.
met him once, but I'm at a BPM Supreme. It was like a Thanksgiving dinner for DJs.
And his wife was cooking, right?
Rife was cooking.
Oh, his wife's
and
cooking is crazy.
I took my girl and we're talking to Lil Chuck, and I asked him because I was thinking he's gonna say DJ, radio personality. I said, well, "What do you want to be?" And he looked at me and he said, "I want to be a superhero." And he did the Wakanda Forever. And I talked to Chuck about it because he's also, I don't know, you probably know Chuck is a Marvel head too.
Super, me,
is
head,
Head.
and Chuck.
You guys are, super Marvel heads. But we talked about how it was so important for his son to see Black Panther and to feel that representation. So, yes, Little Mermaid, that is incredible. This lady said, call me. She didn't look like she was on crack. I might have. No, I'm playing. My girl's gonna see this. Nope, I was not gonna call her.
I think she was saying it
Was
to
she
me.
saying it to you?
She
No,
was
I
saying it
thought
to
I was
me.
getting the eye, bro. I mean, you do got the chains on
Hey,
and
look,
shit.
man,
Your rollies busted
everybody
down.
want
I
a
got
little
the
bit.
plain
Look,
Jane.
everybody want a little bit of Banks. Hey, look,
Yeah.
the plain Jane is actually a great investment, though.
It is.
Don't let anybody tell you different.
Listen, it is. I've worked with a lot of artists, and one of my biggest advice was stop busting your jewelry down.
Stop busting it down. Hey,
Look,
look,
killing
from a
the
guy
value.
who has the bust down zone, stop busting your shit down.
Stop. People do not need to be.
I'm about to
busted down.
retire this and get gold.
No, it's cool on chains and stuff, but watches
Oh, yeah,
are
no.
such an appreciating asset, and you fuck the fact that you it's not going to appreciate. If anything's going to depreciate in value.
Nah, for sure.
After you do that. But we gotta get back to the music, Kaylin. So love that your movement, and you've always been about just giving back, and specifically giving back to the youth. But also, I remember talking to AZ Chike, and I felt like Chike actually brought this up to me. He said the way he saw the West Coast scene always working is like every 6 to 12 months, somebody else pops off. And everyone else is bubbling, and everyone's bubbling. And
I like to call it the valedictorian. Every year, there's always a group of artists that are doing their thing on a good level.
Yep.
But then there's that one that goes crazy.
Yep. And
Blast,
it's almost, yes.
Roddy, 03 Greedo.
Yes.
RJ when he first came out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like I call them the valedictorians of the class.
Yeah, and we had OGZ. He had his moment.
What class would you put him in? Because OGZ's definitely top tier of his class.
It is. It's different because Shoreline and them were popping off right before this wave really took off.
I feel like they
were a big part of it.
I feel like they gave because I remember when Shoreline took Kaylin, Rucci, One Take J, and AZ Chike on tour with them on their big tour. I feel like Shoreline Mafia helped them get their fan bases
They really
up
did.
across the country.
They kind of like, it was almost like the West Coast it's like you're in a hospital bed and you're just sitting there and they supercharged.
Yeah, facts.
Definitely took us over the top. So yeah, OGZ, it's a little different because they were but like as a solo artist,
OGZ's still going crazy.
Yeah,
for sure.
Jeezy World's out of here.
He's
Jeezy
outta
World
here.
too. Shout out to OGZ. But when do you feel like it's gonna be Banks' turn? What do you feel like is like? Is there something like a moment where you're gonna be like, it's my turn now, or like this is it?
Yeah, we have not reached that yet.
What is the moment you're waiting for?
And it's crazy. I don't even feel like it's the song because I feel like we got the song. I feel like we have the music. Out of everything we have, even the released, the unreleased, we got a record that could go around the world.
Okay, that's not out yet.
For sure, not out yet.
Okay,
and we have a couple that are out yet with the right marketing, with the right budget. You know what I'm saying? This is a money game. This is a numbers game. A lot of people will tell you it's the organic game. We're playing the organic game. That's why it's taking us a little bit longer. You feel me?
I love that. That's what
when we
RJ
win, it's gonna
did.
be so much sweeter.
That's what RJ did. You can never pull RJ's card.
You can't.
Like RJ is never gonna do a show, especially out here, and not have a packed crowd turn the fuck up.
Facts.
Whereas a lot of other artists who got it quicker and who might have paid to play a little
Come
more,
on.
they're not gonna have that. So I think with you, you're also taking that slow route. But is there a milestone? Is there a specific goal that Elijah Banx is like, I'm dead set. I gotta get this. This has to happen.
I want 5 plaques. I want 5 platinum plaques.
I love that. Okay.
For one, look, between 2 projects.
Okay, so between 2 projects, you want to earn 5 platinums.
Yeah, facts.
I love that. Okay, and you've had great relationships in your life. You've been able to meet a lot of legendary people and get advice and game. So I want one piece of game you got from Big Boy that you felt like changed your life and stuck with you.
That changed my life and stuck with me.
Something that Big Boy told you that was like, ooh, it's like a foundational piece to how you move now.
And when I say this, I'm saying this gracefully. Big told me, he said, Banks, the world is a big place. Stop trying to focus on home so much. He said, there's so many people around the world. Go get hot somewhere else and come back home.
I like that.
And I think that's why I be out of town a lot.
Okay.
And I feel like that did change my life because it made me look at home as like a cage. And not a cage in a bad way.
Okay.
But it's like a when they say the fish is outgrown its,
Fish tank or
fish
pond
tank,
or
you feel me?
whatever.
Yeah. I feel like I've already shook all the hands I need to here. Everybody knows me, has met me, heard of me. Let's go take over somewhere else. Cause I've seen a lot of artists that I'm fans of, bro. You're stuck in this Arizona, California, Nevada, New Mexico,
San Fran.
And that's cool. I fuck with that. That's cool. But I'm trying to go around the world, bro.
I love that. Some people do it by design. I feel like Dom Kennedy wanted to just remain in the West Coast, specifically in LA. Like I felt like Dom, and I could absolutely be wrong, but I feel like if Dom wanted to, he could have made other decisions and been a little more nationwide and popping in the East Coast and Midwest.
And you know what? I also learned on this journey because I used to be on people's heads like, man, that's not bars. That's not, because I love Dom, but I used to be like, man, Dom ain't top tier. But then somebody told me like, you gotta appreciate people for what they are. You gotta appreciate people for what they are. And I said, what does that mean? It said, Dom ain't trying to be the best rapper out here. He ain't trying to give us no Kendrick bars. He's doing what he likes to do, and he does it well.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that, because there's a lane for everybody.
Yeah.
So when you want to just kick back, you can turn on Dom. If you want to go and get in your head and really listen to bars, turn on Kendrick.
Yeah,
you want to get motivated, turn on Nipsey. Everybody got a niche.
Absolutely.
And that's the beautiful thing that you was talking about me being on Asia, everybody. Like we all come, like the foundation of the sound is similar. But we're giving people something different.
No, the way you guys all use your voice is way different. And that's so dope to me. Like when I first discovered Wally the Sensei, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I never heard nothing like this. But it was the same feeling I had when I first heard Blast. Same feeling when I first heard Asia, when I first heard Elijah. Like you guys all sound real unique.
Yeah.
But West Coast is in a great place.
It's in a great place. Shout out to everybody doing their thing, man.
Yeah, and one thing I love that you guys are doing, I say you guys, like you artists right now in LA that are popping are all collaborating and just pushing each other forward. And I felt like I wasn't in this even on this media side back when the game first popped or when TDE and
that was a
Future
special
and all
time.
that.
I wish I would have. Damn, that was a special.
But I felt like West Coast wasn't really as collaborative and as like let's all get to that next step together. I felt like it was more competitive. Versus now, I love that Asia and Blue Bucks are working with each other. That Rucci and Wally got a record.
Facts.
Chike and Rucci had a whole project.
Kaylin's hopping on everybody's shit right now.
Kaylin
about to be the hook man too. Kaylin got some crazy hooks right now.
Oh yeah. No, and he's one of the nicest dudes too. Kaylin's a sweetheart, like one of the nicer people I met.
Yeah, I fuck with Kaylin, man. His whole team, they always show love, man. Shout out to them.
So who else were you tapped in with before they blew up?
03 Greedo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You were tapped in with 03?
With Greedy Giddy. Yeah, that's my boy.
Wow.
Yeah. When he was Greedy Giddy, me and him shared.
Was that when you were going by? You had a
E Nasty.
E Nasty.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Look, 03 might not be familiar with Elijah Banx because that's a new name.
Really?
Because when he went in, I was E Nasty.
Oh,
you know
shit. So have you seen him since he's been home?
Nah, but I'm definitely gonna reach out because I got some hooks for him for sure.
Hell yeah.
That's my boy. We used to damn near live in the same studio. It was crazy. For
That's
sure.
fire. Okay, so
Um,
03.
Blast.
You were tapped in with Blast. Kaylin.
Kaylin. Trying to think of who. I was kind of tapped in with Asia because like I used to be in Compton. Roddy, because he used to slide out to Carson. Trying to think.
No, that's a lot. I mean,
Yeah, it's a lot of
my
people
point
doing-
to make was that you've been tapped in.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
In this LA scene.
For sure.
But-
Producers too. Producers. Shout out Larry J. Shout out K Riggs.
Oh yeah, the production in the West Coast is beautiful
Yeah.
right now. I'm a huge fan of Low the Great. I told
Yeah,
Lo,
I ran into him.
the second I hear the, I'm like, oh, Low's about to drop some shit. He's about to flip a record I love. Yeah,
Hey,
I love the
you
Great.
love the great. I think he What records that? What's your favorite record from him?
I love Friday with Lil Veda. Keep Killing G Perico.
Okay, I love that one.
That's how I discovered Rucci, was through listening to Keep Killing so fucking often that I was like, I gotta like dig deep. And then that opened me to Rucci and Trike. And then the floodgates are just open. Ever since, like 80% of what I listen to now is
How you feel about D Smoke?
I fuck with D Smoke. I fuck with him. I'm gonna be honest. I'm more of a fan of like the traditional rapper or the traditional singer.
Okay.
And I kind of get lost when someone's doing the in between. So that's nothing against D Smoke. Like I don't listen to Yeet really. I don't listen to I just like the traditional rap.
I feel that.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I love about G Perico. He reminds me of the '90s rap. He does sound a lot like Eazy-E mixed with Sugar Free, but like anyway, nothing wrong with D Smoke. I also rolled with Joey Fats for a minute.
Joey Fats got some good records.
Yeah, and Joey had a history with D Smoke, so I never met D, but it just that anytime that name was brought up back then, it was kind of a weird atmosphere.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Joey's been in LA for a minute. He's seen some stuff, but you've seen ups and downs of this city.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Who would you say besides Elijah Banx?
Uh-huh.
Because you're one of the obvious answers. But who would you say besides yourself is poised to pop out next? Like who's that next valid Victorian? Besides you can't say you.
I really feel like in just in general from LA or like R&B like
In general from LA.
I feel like Lil Veda.
Yeah, Lil Veda's bubbling right now.
I feel like he reminds me of when YG first came out. Like you can't go to no parties without hearing him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like no matter what, all the kids listening to him.
Yeah.
Going viral on the internet.
Yeah,
you
his
know what I'm
music
saying?
is super high energy.
So I feel like if he does it right, it could be Lil Veda for sure.
Okay, I feel that. Now, Elijah Banx, I have seen recently, I feel like the music industry has put a lot of focus on the West Coast from like the label side. To where I felt like it was tough for West Coast artists to even get into like label meetings or get deals. What's going on with you, man? What are you looking to stay, because you're independent, right?
I'm with Big, like, you know what I'm saying? We have a very unique situation. I like what we got going on. He's always in my background, you know what I'm saying? So
what's the ideal situation? Are you waiting for a label to call with the right meeting, like the right bag, the right terms? Or are you trying to go the Dom Kennedy, Nipsey route where you're like, I'm going to do it slowly, but I'm going to do it on my own and own it 100%?
It's crazy, a little bit of both. I know that you can't do both, but like, I want to build what we have to a certain stature, right? And then go partner up with like a label, but like where because we have Big, or when I talk to Big, it got to be somebody that we have full control of everything that's going on, and it's really like a full partnership. Like I look up the Blast and what he did with Red Bull. Something very similar where they come in and they want to help creatively. You know what I'm saying? As far as like helping us execute what we have in our plans creatively. So I'm really.
You want to do like a hybrid?
Yeah, like a hybrid.
That makes sense.
But build it up to a certain point and then partner up to make it a bigger thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I think. That's what I think you're supposed to do too. I think when you're not supposed to even to me sit, and I don't know shit, but I would imagine you don't want to even sit at that table with the label until you can run that table. Until you're like, no, these are my terms. Until
Exactly.
all this is met. I don't
Exactly.
care what you're saying. Because
Come with your own leverage.
Do you know Sylvan Marshall, Troy Marshall? They're working on like the label side, radio side. Sylvan put me on game once. I was telling him about how like I wish Drake would have stayed independent right after he had popped and like whatever So Far Gone had happened. Whatever like early before he went.
When did he sign to Wayne?
I'm trying. I probably got my album names wrong, but when Drake first came out with the Best I Ever Had and all that,
I remember that.
I wish before he would have signed, he would have went maybe the Chance the Rapper route. And I was saying because I felt like Drake could have really shook the game up and created such a foundation.
You don't think Drake is Drake because of Wayne though?
No, definitely.
Okay,
so that's what my homie said.
I was gonna say, like,
no, my homie told me
without Birdman, and Wayne, there is no. I feel like not. There's a Drake, but not at the level that he is. Not super megastar Drake.
That's what my boy Sylvan had put me on game. He said, think of any superstar, that they can't walk outside without get crowds of people. You know what I mean? That they can go anywhere and be known. Every superstar has gone through the machine.
Facts.
And that really fucked
I don't
my
know
head
too
up.
many superstars that did not go through the machine.
There's really not many. Even like the ones who broke away and did their own thing, like Prince, for example, had to go through that machine to get there. And what Sylvan pointed out to me was that he's like, bro, the machine created the superstar. They're the ones that tell you who's a superstar. He's like, they're the ones that you know what I mean? Like they got it. Like you can't even be that without the machine. So I was wondering where your head was at.
I feel like, because even look at Chance, right? Because I feel like, did Chance go through the machine?
Nah, Chance,
He's
fully independent. Chance sells his albums directly to Apple.
Okay.
So he cashes out with deals where like Apple has an exclusive to his album for like a month.
That's hard.
Yeah.
So I feel like, look at Chance, right? Everybody does know who Chance the Rapper is. I feel like but he's not Drake. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But like,
there's another level I feel like you can't get to
without the machine.
The
and my thing is, it just depends on where you want to sit on the table. Because there's nothing wrong with being Chance the Rapper at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Of course not. He's doing great.
Doing great on his term. There's nothing wrong with being Drake.
Yeah, of course.
$100 million house.
No, of course, man. Either way, it's all perspective.
It's all perspective.
I mean? Like
life is perspective, bro.
Yeah. So I was wondering where your head was at, where Elijah Banx ideally saw himself, whether it was like, you know what I mean, going that route through the label or building it up. Because it seems like you want to build it up. Like you seem down for the grind.
I am down for the grind.
And talk about that. A lot of people don't realize how much of a grind it is to be an artist, especially independent or like moving independent.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand. There's a lot of things that me and my team do on and off the court, bro. On and off the court. And, all I'm going to say is when the lights shut off, everybody's going to see, why we did everything that we did and the way that we did it.
I love that, man. And how often are you tapping in with your boy, Big Boy?
Every week. Every week. I just called him literally earlier today to let him know I was coming to Dash Radio.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
Did he know who we are?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, there we go, Big Boy.
Dash is a staple.
Yeah, there we go. Hell yeah. Shout out to Big Boy too, talking about being a staple of LA. What about Nip? Now, were you like tapped in with Nip, or you were just kind of?
So when I first met Nip, I was not tapped in with Nip at all. But later on in life, I was able to get tapped in with Nip through me grinding and just being different places, through producers. Like, I ran into Nip a lot of different times, and then to the point where I ended up headlining the festival with him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
was there any game or any advice that Nip gave you that really stuck and might have changed the way you moved?
It was always light conversations when me and Nip was in the same room. Just like really stand on your 10 toes and just keep grinding. You know what I'm saying? Like average shit, but it's still motivating because it comes from a profit.
Absolutely.
You know,
It's crazy to think that we didn't, when I was interning with DJ Ski back in the day,
Ooh.
we'd be around Nip all the time.
That's-
And it's crazy, in the moment, I never realized how much of an influence he was going to have. And
my
it's
boy,
like,
my boy DC Danny and Tony Alvarez used to intern with Ski.
damn, that's crazy.
You know them?
Nah, I don't think so, bro. I was interning with Ski early, before it started to pop off.
Oh, okay.
Really. But one thing we did at Ski TV, and I bring this up to a lot of like real West Coast artists, the jerk movement.
Oh, damn.
AZ Chike put me on game that
Yeah,
I've been asking people.
The jerk movement was crazy.
Low the Great confirmed this. Chike brought it up to me. A couple other people confirmed it. The jerk movement had LA safe for a minute. Chike said, he's like, when the jerk movement was popping, he's like, we weren't gangbanging as much as what Chike said when the jerk movement was popping.
I feel like we was actually gangbanging during the jerk era. I
It
remember,
wasn't less?
I remember it was maybe less, but I remember the jerk parties would get shot up. We used,
Oh, really?
we used to keep the burner in the skinny jeans.
Dude, you can see it, I'm sure.
Nah, not the way we tucked it.
Well, that's what Chike told me. Chike told me, he's like, the second the jerk movement died, he's like, we went back to fucking wearing our flags and banging on each other.
You know what? I see where he's coming from. Cause during the jerk era, it wasn't as many bodies dropping. I feel that. Cause everybody was just like in the music. Nobody was really gangbanging in their music. Everybody was talking about sex and popping pills and, you know, having a good time, I guess.
Well,
you know?
I feel like that was a golden moment of our youth growing up in LA that I always like to reflect back to.
1,000%.
That was a great fucking moment in LA. So, Should Have Known Part 2 is coming back.
Should Have Known Part 2 is
When
coming
can your
back.
fans expect that?
Right after we done with this tour, so the week after June 4th, so like 10th, 11th.
Okay,
Of
so
June.
like mid-June.
Yeah, but then we dropping. I want to drop the deluxe right behind it, but that would be going the same route as we did with Part 2.
Yeah, take your time.
So we're gonna take our time, and I'm gonna drop Part 2, but I'm dropping 2 hot singles this summer, like 2 hot singles.
More on the rapping side or singing side?
I'm melodic side.
The
You know what I'm
melodic side,
saying?
okay.
But all the DJs, they gonna want the DJ packs because we gonna make this shit hot.
Damn, you coming in confident with this one.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What makes you feel like this is it? Like this?
I'm very seasoned. Very seasoned right now. Hitting this road with my team, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of like being able to kind of kick back and watch everything kind of blossom. It's different. It's different, and I'm getting inspired, bro. I feel my inspiration, my motivation kicking in. So with that, it only comes great product.
I'm excited. It's gonna be an Elijah Banx summer.
Oh yeah.
Very excited. Now, I just interviewed somebody else. His name is My Crazy Ro.
Oh, that's my little nigga from the city.
From Long Beach.
Yeah. Shout out my little nigga.
I asked him something that Joey put me on game. Because when I lived in Long Beach, mind you, I'm from Orange County, right?
Right.
I say that to say that I didn't know enough about LA culture when I was living in Long Beach because I hadn't lived up here yet. Now I've been here for like 5 years. I lived in Long Beach for 6 years, and I used to always tell people, oh, I live in LA. Oh, I'm in LA. And when I was working with Joey, that motherfucker checked me one time, not like aggressive, but Joey's like, hey, cuz Long Beach is not LA. So I asked My Crazy Ro, because he's from Long Beach, and I want to hear your answer. Is Long Beach LA?
Long Beach is not LA, because if it was LA, it would be called LA.
But you don't feel like if someone from Long Beach...
It's Los Angeles County, though.
Right? It is.
It's Los Angeles County.
I feel like it counts as LA, but
Yeah.
everybody really from Long Beach tells me no.
But look, you have some people that, because LA is very picky about what they consider LA. So since they don't consider us LA, you feel me?
That's what Joey always said.
We be on the same type of shit. Like
Joey always said, I got into too many fights in fucking growing up as a kid because I was from Long Beach to sit here and let people tell me
they
I'm
think,
from LA.
you know, like, and then, so we're not going to talk about what LA thinks about us, but I'll have LA people tell me Inglewood ain't LA. Gardena not LA.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, that is
like,
the epitome of LA to me.
But they feel like anything from like the 10 freeway, they feel like once you go past the 10, you not in LA no more.
Oh, that's crazy.
Like
Nah.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like real LA people that grew up in Crenshaw District or on the east side of South Central, on the other side of the 110, they
feel like
they
that.
really feel
Okay.
like, yo, nah, LA is
I feel like I have officially defined it as everything like under the 101, you know what I mean? Before you go to the Valley.
Facts.
And before you get down to Long Beach. But then you can add North Hollywood. There's almost like a little bubble. You
Nah,
like,
North Hollywood is not LA.
You don't consider North Hollywood LA?
No, that's the Valley.
Well, hey, man, I almost forgot to give you my gift. I gift every artist.
You know,
an
I still
album.
got your other gift. And your
Do you
other
remember
gift,
what I gave
your
you?
other gift, low key, got me some play one day.
Really?
Look, we're not gonna talk about it.
Carter?
Look.
I gave you the Carter,
The Carter,
one, right?
the Carter one.
I gave you the Carter one. That got you okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well maybe this one will do
Little
something
DJ
for
chick
you.
peeped it. You feel me?
Okay.
She's like, oh,
You got a Carter CD?
You got a Carter CD?
I be giving
said,
CDs out.
I said, hey man, you know I do my thing.
So I got
sometimes.
another CD out.
Oh, what's up?
That I want to give some flowers to this man, and I also think it's just one that you gotta have. So if you actually reach under you, like right here to your left, you feel it?
Oh,
You feel that?
hold on. Yup. Oh shit, that's hard. That's hard.
You fuck
That's
with that?
hard.
You gotta show it on the
That's
camera.
hard.
That, I had to give
The
you that
doggy
Long Beach. If we're talking about Long Beach, I gotta give you that doggy style.
Oh, come on, man.
Because I feel like Snoop
It's
made
20
it
minutes
cool.
on here? Nah, 20 minutes on here.
Nah.
Nah, that was a different album.
But I felt like Snoop definitely put Long Beach on the map, but I feel like you also take a lot of pride in the city. And I think that's a beautiful
Nah,
thing.
for sure. I
'Cause
take, man.
A lot of people, like Vince did it, which was so beautiful. Vince was the last time I remember somebody really popped with Long Beach in the forefront. You couldn't listen to Hell on Earth, or you couldn't listen to, was it Summertime '06, without thinking of Long Beach. And I also attribute that to you, man.
Nah, I appreciate that.
Shout out to Long Beach.
Man, shout out to the city,
Anybody
bro.
who hasn't been to Long Beach, I gotta tell everybody, downtown Long Beach is the best place to party in LA, period. All the bars and everything's so close. And Long Beach in general is just an absolute gem.
It's so diverse, bro.
Super diverse, different, like so many different little pockets.
And we right next to the water, man. That's why we just be so cool and smooth, bro. We smoke good weed and we right by the water.
Only issue with Long Beach is they
Uh-oh.
fucking broke the waves. Joey broke that down to me. Apparently, they put breakers in the water
Oh,
during like,
wow.
World War II, because that's like the main.
Joey,
Port
hey,
of
Joey,
LA.
hey, Joey and Vince will drop some gems on your ass, bro.
Absolutely.
Those my intelligent rapper friends.
So apparently, during World War II, Long Beach was where all the shipments would come in.
Yeah,
to
for sure.
LA. So they put breakers in the water deep, like out in the ocean, to stop the waves from coming in.
That's sick,
And
because I
that's
actually
why
like
you have
surfing.
all the ports. You know what I mean? Right across the bridge. So shout out to Long Beach. Shout out to Elijah Banx. So you're gonna heat this summer up. When can your fans expect this next single?
Single probably gonna drop in July. That's something about me in July, bro. I just like dropping in July.
Okay.
We're gonna drop the album in June. We're gonna let that marinate. And then we just gonna toss. Look, I'm just gonna toss the single out there. But all the DJs gonna get it though.
Okay.
We still
So
gonna
we going
be
with that
promoting.
upbeat.
Should have known part 2, but we just gonna make sure y'all got something y'all can turn up to.
Okay.
You know?
Is the new single gonna be part of the deluxe, or we talking?
Nah,
about the next project?
man. Look, these
Are we
singles.
doing a part 3?
No. You know what? We're not gonna talk about should have known part 3. But let's just say, if anybody knows, should have known part 1 and part 2 is about one girl. Let's just say after should have known part 2, the story is done.
Okay.
We're not talking about this person ever again.
Okay.
We dropping hot shit because it's a city boy summer now.
Hey, well, shout out to her, man. I always
Hey,
feel-
look, man, shout out to her. 'Cause
Listen, anybody who speaks from the heart as an artist, the one thing I can wish for you is someone fucks with your heart.
Hey, look,
'Cause
she
it comes
broke and
out
I'm
fire.
up. I'm just saying.
He comes out fire on record.
It
Comes out
does.
fire. Any last question for you? Any big collaborations coming up that we should be excited for? I feel like you got some stuff in your pocket.
Yes.
Okay.
And you'll find out next time on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, Elijah Banx, thank you so much, man. Thank you for everything you do for LA, for Long Beach, of course, for the youth. Shout out to Big Boy.
Yeah, shout out to the boss.
I think that's one of the coolest flexes that an artist
It's
can put
low-key
on
a
their
flex, huh?
Instagram. It is such a flex. I think your Instagram, your social media says
Hey, big.
Big Boy's artist. I think it says signed to Big Boy, and that is such a flex because not many people can claim that. I think
Yeah.
if I read correctly, it was 3 artists he's ever put his stamp on. You're the last Mohican. You're like the only one that he's still.
Yeah, nah, for sure, man. And I will say this: a lot of people get to say, You know, I met Big Boy. Big Boy broke my record. You know, whatever the case may be, I feel like it's definitely special that our story is a little different.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's all the above and then some.
That's a beautiful thing, man. Shout out to Big Boy.
Yeah.
Shout out to LA. Shout out to this renaissance we're having, man.
Come on. What a time to be alive, man. 2023.
Exactly.
2023, man.
LA's lit. Let's get hot this summer, but not too hot. You know what I mean?
Nah, we getting
Last
hot.
summer,
It's a hot.
We were too hot out here though last summer.
Never,
that shit was
never.
crazy.
Look, it's no such thing as never too hot. We
I
coming to
felt
burn
like
shit down.
The city was a little bit. I guess when I say hot, I should say dangerous last year.
Yeah, nah.
And I felt like we've.
You don't
kinda
remember
seen
100
it
Days,
down.
100 Nights? Was you here for that?
Nah, I wasn't like, in the city.
Yeah,
but
100 Days, 100 Nights. As long as we don't go down that route, we good.
yeah, absolutely. Everybody stay safe out there. Elijah Banx, thank you so much.
Man, appreciate
This summer
y'all.
is yours, man. I'm excited to see what you got for us.
Come on, man. We finna party all summer, man. Me and my guy. Let's go.
Anyone you want to shout out before we hop off?
Man, shout out the team. And shout out to me. Cause we gonna get it done. And everybody can't do what we do. If they did, then they would do it. You bitch.
We out. Boom.